Good morning, and thank you everyone for attending today's meeting. So today we are going to talk about Kenyan economic model, and we're going to see if these politicians, what they are proposing, they'll be able to manage, because these are the same songs we've been hearing year on, year out. But is it really true that these people care about Wanjiku's, the so-called bottom-up economy? Is a good idea, but is it implementable? Due to the fact that our politicians, they always take everything, they sequester everything into their pockets. How will this Mama Mboga be able to be financed? Because even today, those who peddle these particular theories are in government, and they have not been able to do that. So what makes us think that things will work when they come into the government? Because the government, once you go there, this is how the businesses are done. So basically, these are just campaign things, but the actual works is done once you become the president, for example. You see what happened to Donald Trump in America when he promised to do several things, but at the end of the day, he left without finishing those things. Meaning that there's a layer that we don't see. This is how governments work. And this is something that is very complicated. And as the citizens, we don't see this, because once these people go to the office, they are what we call standard operating procedure. And this standard operating procedure is not dependent only in Kenya, but it also depends only in East African community, Africa, and in the world. So everything the Kenyan government does has to be in line with the global goals, because they are goals that we can achieve locally. They are goals that we can achieve as a region, as a continent, and as a world. So all these goals, sometimes they overlap, or they don't allow the local leaders to achieve what they want. Number two is the corruption. So bottom-up economy is a good thing, but the corruption, because the little money that we will be set aside for these low-income people will be squandered by the politicians. These people will be arrested on a Friday. They'll be released on Monday with very huge bonds. That case will never be mentioned again. And life will continue like that. So I think as Kenyans, we need to have like a paradigm shift. We need to think differently. If you decide to elect a leader based on the policies that this person is trying to promote. But again, the policies that these people promote during campaigns, they don't become a reality. You saw in 2013, we were promised several stadia. Until date, we've not seen anyone being built. We were promised several ICUs in each county. We were promised jobs, 10,000 jobs or 1 million jobs a year. We are yet to receive those. We are yet to see those jobs. So, fellow Kenyans, I'm appealing to you that we, the citizen, need to think, and we really need to think seriously when it comes to this thing called economic models. Be it Raila, be it Ruto, be it Kalonzo, be it Mudavadi, all these people are the same. They have been there before. Raila was the prime minister. Ruto is currently the deputy president. Mudavadi was once the vice president, minister of finance. Kalonzo was once vice president and has been around for several years. And all these years that have been around, during campaign, they have peddled the very same things that we see today. So it is up to us to figure out think beyond the box, outside the box, and make an informed decision when it comes to electing our leadership is very, very important. Kenya is a very rich country, because if you go around Africa, if you walk around Africa, for example, those people who have an opportunity of going around Africa, then you will realize that Kenya is one of the richest countries in Africa. Of course, you don't see this as citizens, but that is a fact. So you can imagine where we are with all this corruption. So if our money was being spent well, then we'll be somewhere very far. But we need someone who can take us to the next level, because life has really changed. There are so many problems that people face. We have problem with health. This is very, very fundamental. There's health, there's education, there's agriculture, there's security. These are these are the four main things that a given citizen should have. How do you have all these things? You have all these things when you elect good leaders who can support and who have a feeling for the normal citizen down there. They may say that they have a feeling for you because they need your votes, but what happens after that? They know, and you know very well what they do. So I will appeal to you, Kenyans, and generally the general population, to at least try and question some of these proposals that these people bring to the public rallies, and trying to discuss these things based on their context, based on the past experience that we've seen before. Unlike Mwai Kibaki, because Mwai Kibaki came into power when I was still a young man. And during his time, that's when I went to school for free. It's only Kibaki who meant what he said. And all this economic improvement that you see today, this 90% or let's say 100% of brainchild of Kibaki. So if we can have leaders like Kibaki who meant what they say, then I think Kenya will be a good country in the next 4 to 5 years. So please, let's think and let's ensure that we do the right thing when it comes to voting. Thank you.